Kaspa's preparing to rocket before the bull market even begins. A lot of this is based on Kasplex KRC20 inscriptions just getting released today, as well as new projects being funded in the Kaspa ecosystem, like Cassandra, a new artificial intelligence chatbot that's going to teach people around the world how to send cash peer-to-peer on the Kaspa network. When you're overseas in countries like Africa, let's say you're the head of your household, you go to the city, you want to send money to your family in the urban countryside, they will cut that check in half just going from the city to the country, sending it by wire overseas. This is where Kaspa is invaluable to the survival of people fighting against the corruptions of big banks and heavy government regulation. On the Kaspa chart, we're going to prove to the day, to the dollar, that we've previously not only measured exactly how high Kaspa's last cup and handle pattern would break out, we actually timed it to the day. Not only opening a 10x leverage trade, but advising everybody that was watching the channel. This was before we had a VIP. We said, now's the signal. Load the bags, 10x leverage trade Kaspa, it's about to rocket. And it's clear to everyone that another cup and handle pattern is taking place. And we're going to give some information out to everybody who's subscribing. But remember, for a couple of Happy Meals, you get to jump inside the VIP, where we have a full library of charting content, as well as the 24-point checklist fundamental system. There's detailed reports written out. I've joined all the other groups. Hands down, anybody will tell you, you get the most bang for your buck by joining the Jesse and AI VIP. We're going to do a flashback to 360 days ago during the last cup and handle formation, right as we found the bottom of the handle. Now, this chart may look busy, but keep in mind, we're only looking at two origin trend lines, your y-axis, which is your support, and your x-axis, which is your resistance. And we'll get into the details on how that plays out into right now today, and how we're going to find how high this price breakout will go in a moment.
Just recently, we have finally broken free from all of this x-axis resistance. This gives the Kaspa candle extreme runway. This is coinciding perfectly with our cup and handle pattern breakout. Breaking down some stats from a study of 14 different altcoins that are paired with USTD. On average, your upside breakout will be 175%. And this is excluding the outliers that blew up more than 400% as they offset the data by so much. That would put Kaspa around 12 to 15 cents. Another school of thought is to measure the depth of the cup and then place between 1 and 2 of those measurement sticks on top of the handle.
Inside that flashback video, we predicted that the candle would go to the top of this Fibonacci pitch. What is this colored rainbow anyway? This all started way back in October of 2022 when Kaspa had this first breakout. From there, we identify a trend line. And after the April peak rocketed and Kaspa started to drop down and then move laterally, a lot like the wick-off method of consolidation, we were hoping that this trend line here would be matched at the bottom of the cup formation, and it was. Once we got a few bounces off of it, specifically on the July 7th bounce, we finally realized that this was a y-axis origin trend line, and we were able to set up this Fibonacci pitch, synchronizing the top of the April breakout as well as the peak of the handle of the cup. Fast forward to the future, and that same exact Fibonacci pitch cat the exact top of the November God candle spike. And right now, these three peaks in a row are all lining up parallel with that exact October angle. It's an origin trend line, a repeating trend line that happens over and over again. Now, in a lot of our other charting videos, we've been talking about the x-axis resistance trend lines that's always pulling Kaspa back down. To show you another example, this is Tau. You can see how the Fibonacci tool actually catches the spacing of these identically angled repeating X-axis trend lines. Inside the VIP library, we have loads of video covering how to set these up on different charts, as well as use them in combination with classic pattern statistics like a cup and handle. One of the techniques that we used to get the accurate prediction on how high this pattern was going to break to the upside was we measured the depth of the cup. And then we placed 2 of those measurements on top of the cup. Doing that right now, today, on Kaspa's chart. This leaves us with a price of 36.5 cents. That is where the price action is going to lead to. When it's going to happen, you've got to join the VIP group to get all the details on. Take a look at these screenshots from our leverage trading plans, where we jumped into Kaspa with 5x leverage at 12.25 and 13.3. And unlike all these other groups, we never give buy alerts on the day while the breakout's happening. Every single time we plan in advance, often weeks ahead of time, looking for our ideal setup, anticipating what's happening on the chart, because when we have a plan, that's when we're going to beat the market. The market's created to get human beings caught up in financial, emotional decisions, and that's when the majority of mistakes are made. As long as we have a logical, statistically based plan, we stick to this plan, our chances of beating the market increase substantially. And we prove that with these Kaspa leverage trading callouts once again. So everybody in the VIP group, including myself, we're still holding our leverage trades right now. We want to know our options for when Kaspa breaks out and hits 36 cents. We do have the option to close there. A big mistake would be then just jumping into cold storage immediately. You would want to wait for the price to cool back down from the breakout, or just start picking up some artificial intelligence project. We're already planning the next leverage trade on Kaspa so everyone can take full advantage of this jump up to 36 cents. For everybody who focuses on the fundamentals, we do 24-point reports. We have videos covering every one of the 24 points. We have over half a dozen of these reports already fleshed out. The majority of them are in artificial intelligence. And when you start laying reports of projects out side by side by side, you get a whole new level of understanding of what makes a project's price really move. The 24-point checklist system is a study guide. This group is for people that want to put in the extra energy. You've probably been scouring over YouTube looking for how to study cryptocurrency, wanting to learn as much as you possibly can, and this guide will set you free. It'll completely cut you loose, give you handfuls of tools that will make your research much more faster, and tell you exactly what kind of articles and blogs and newsletters you want to be reading over, so you can skip over all the nonsense stuff that has nothing to do with price. This is going to up your understanding of cryptocurrency to the next level. As you're doing research, you're going to run into technical words that are talking about Web3 dynamics. Stop your research, open up a new window, and translate that Web3 phrase. That's the only thing that's going to slow you down, is this slang and terminology that the nerds use. Once you have this system, you're good to go. Thanks for checking out this video. We'll catch you on the next one.